where success meets psychology in Paulina's way. Strengthen your mindset every week. Success story every Wednesday. Traders who broke through their limits. Psychology session every Friday. Join now. Hit the bell. One session could change your trading forever.
Welcome traders, welcome traders. Welcome to another trading psychology series at Funding Pips YouTube channel. I'm Paulina, I'm your trading psychology coach, and we meet here every Friday at 5 p.m. Dubai time. Now, traders, let's talk about live trading. Today's topic is going to be special because not because of the topic itself, but also because I have special announcements to make and I have a giveaway. So I want to say that from the start. There are special surprises, and please stay here to find out what is coming. So when it comes to live trading, let's talk about why do you suddenly freeze? Why does your system disappear? Why do you become a different person once money is on the line? And if you ever wished you could watch live traders to show you how it's done, I do have a surprise for you, but I am not going to say anything at all. But well, listen, market moves and us traders freeze. Your trading sessions, your backtesting sessions, or your forward testing sessions, or your paper trades on TradingView could go amazingly. But then when you get to the live markets, or when you reach the stage at the master account, when money is on the line, when money could be made, this is where everything is different. This is where psychologically we start swaying from greed to not feeling enough, to feeling like gods, and it is a constant battle in between. Now, during today's live stream, we will give out two 50K Pro challenges, but I am going to tell you what you will have to do. And perhaps you may have noticed special people on a thumbnail today. Khaled, our CEO, Raja Banks, and also Uma Punjabi. Now, I want to give you a little insight into what is going to happen on 15th of July, which is next Tuesday at 4 p.m. Dubai time. If you ever wished to watch and learn from live traders, from professional traders, who could talk about psychology, who could talk about analysis, who could talk about the charts, who are ready to anticipate what is going to happen next, well, I have a big announcement to all of you. Trading TV is launching this Tuesday on July 15th, starting with live trading with our CEO Khaled, with Raja and Uma. And then for the rest of the days, on a daily basis during New York session, you will see our other traders trading on live Trading TV. Trading TV is launched by Funding Pips, and I will have a special task for you to accomplish so you could take part in an amazing giveaway and be part of Trading TV. Now, our team is shortly going to post in the comments YouTube link to Trading TV. What I will need you to do is go to Trading TV YouTube, subscribe, save the video for the reminder, and comment under the video why you cannot wait for the launch of Trading TV on Tuesday, July 15th. We will submit all of the answers by Monday, and we will announce the winner during the first episode. And the winners will be announced by Khaled, our CEO himself, and we will give away 250K accounts. So Now let's talk about live trading. And I will tell you in a minute what to do and how to do it, but pay attention so you don't miss the opportunity. Okay, so why you don't trade the way you practice? That is the major question that I want you to ask yourself. Have you ever noticed how you might be calm during the backtests and how actually you collect solid data for 6 months, for 3 months, for a year, and you think, wow, I have a solid system here. But 1 minute you are logical, the next your hand is hovering over the mouse whether to click buy or sell or on your phone. And that is not during the backtest, that is when you are in a live market. Your heart is starting to pound, you are starting to doubt yourself, and psychologically you are trying to sabotage your setups. This is what live trading can do to the psychology of traders. Why? Because live trading isn't just technical, it's a psychological warfare. And the market is not your enemy. Your nervous system is, your psychology is, your limiting beliefs are, your fears are, the pressure that you put on yourself. And that's the real opponent when the trade is live. Your real opponent in live trading is yourself. And this is also is going to be a great opportunity for you to see in Trading TV how during the first episode on July 15th, 4 p.m. Dubai time, Khaled, our CEO, is going to trade. Raja Banks is going to trade. Umar Punjabi is going to trade. And you will see their thought processes, their conversations. What are they feeling, what they are going through, and how they execute their trades. You will also see the same with our funding pips traders, our success story traders, our funded traders, who are going to be also live streaming on our Trading TV every single day during New York sessions. And you will see that raw emotion, that raw thought process, how they analyze the market, how they approach the market. What do they think? What do they do? Do they do what they think, or do they do the opposite? Is there hesitation? What is the psychology? How are they going to talk and support one another? This is your opportunity to really feel part of a live trading floor, where you can see a real conversation, where you can see those thought processes. And I will be there too. I will be there in the background, and myself sometimes I will be joining too. So you can see how your trading psychology coach is thinking about the charts and approaches the charts, and what I do and what you could be doing as well to replicate the thought processes, because those thought processes are going to support your trading system. Because when it comes to live trading in the markets, it's about the mental shift between practicing and performance, between expectation to what actually markets are, between wanting the profits to accepting the losses. And you will see all of those reactions during the Trading TV lives, where you can see and observe your favorite traders on how they approach the markets, where you will be able to see all of those traders from success stories, Farhad from Wednesday, Honors, all the traders who may have received 20,000 in rewards, $50,000 in rewards, and you will see how they trade. Do you know, you will see that potentially is not much difference between you and them, but their psychology is completely different to yours. And this is where you will be able to monitor the thinking processes, your brain, the body language, your body language, and assess and compare to be able to understand what is actually going on. Now, let's go into the neuroscience to understand what is actually going on. Okay? So what does actually happen? What does actually happen when we are live trading? Well, the cortisol spikes. What is the cortisol? It's a stress hormone. Why? Because you know you could not just lose money during, let's say, master account stage. No, it's about you losing the opportunity of making the money. And this is where your adrenaline rises, because there are too many what ifs, and you already have made plans on the potential rewards that you're going to make from your master account. And that leaves your body in an anxiety state. That leaves your mind without the logical thinking, and that increases your emotions, whether that's anger, disappointment, fear, and it hijacks your performance in the market. Now, I want you all already start taking part in the giveaway, because I want to continue, but I cannot wait for all of you to actually start subscribing to the Tradin TV. Now, subscribe to the Tradin TV, save the video for later, so set a reminder, and comment why you cannot wait for the Tradin TV launch. Those 3 steps are mandatory. If you complete those 3 steps, next Tuesday during the live trading first episode, our CEO will announce 2 winners of 250K accounts. So team, please send the link for people to subscribe. Please send it in the comments of YouTube. So if you're watching us on any other platform, please head to YouTube into the live stream comment, and you will be able to see the link there. I'm just telling the team to send it now, and when you send it now, you will be able to go to the YouTube and you will have to subscribe. You will have to save the video for later and comment under the video why you cannot wait for Tradin TV to launch on Tuesday. Okay, the link is there. The link is there. The link has been sent by our team. Team, please keep on sending the link every 2 minutes. Every 2 minutes, keep on sending the link so everybody gets a chance to win 50K challenge account. Now, let's continue. Let's continue. Now, I want you to think about something, because I just saw someone commenting here in the YouTube section and saying, comparison is a thief of joy. Now, I want you to understand one thing. For you to watch Tradin TV and for you to watch our traders live trading is not for you to compare yourself. It's for you to analyze yourself. It's for you to have perhaps reality check, or to be able to associate with certain problems that those traders are no longer experiencing, but they used to experience, that used to hijack their performance to, and learn. That is the main purpose, that you will be able to see the raw action of a trader in front of the charts, of everything they go through in their mind, talk about it, and be able to learn lessons, the unspoken lessons, the lessons that you wish someone taught you about earlier. I will repeat, go and follow the link and save it for later, set a reminder, subscribe, and tell us why you cannot wait for the launch of Tradin TV. Now, what does the anxiety does to us as traders when we trade live? Well, we close our winners early, and this is the major problem. This is what we do as traders, all of us. At least once, there was one period of time where we all went through it. Perhaps this is something we all still struggling with. Number 1, what do? We hold the losers either without stop losses or adding positions, hoping that we are going to recover it. But when it comes to holding the winners, we close them early. And that is one of the major problems, which logically does not make any sense, because we are holding on to those losers forever in drawdown, wait for the price to turn around, compromise our accounts with adding the positions, getting into a deeper drawdown, increasing the position sizes. And then when it comes to winners, oh, it gets to 1-to-1, panic, oh, close, okay. Oh my God, the price went to 1 to 10. My analysis actually played out. That is the most common thing that happens. Why does that happen? Because that is your brain seeking the safety. So if your brain is over flooded with emotion, anger, and negative emotion in general, which is spiked by adrenaline and stress hormone, this is why you are seeking for safety. This is why it is a good practice to walk away from your charts. And despite of previous losses, walk away, set your TP or your alarms, and do not monitor the charts, because there is a guarantee that you are going to overthink it at one point and seek for that safety and jeopardize your performance. You hold on to the losers because you are in denial. You don't want to lose, so you are trying to protect. Well, it's your brain's way of protecting you to say, actually, we are okay. We are not going to lose this trade. That's why people hold on to losers, sometimes for days. I know some traders that held on to losers for days, hoping that the price is going to turn around. And then there is the skipping of good setups, and this is one of the major triggers that I see too. This is where you have your perfect setup and you see your analysis and your entry model, but then actually you, for some reason, talk yourself out of it. You talk yourself out of it, you don't enter, and the price then goes right into your TP, but without you in that trade. Then you start entering the markets carelessly and recklessly because you are angry. You've missed your analysis, you've missed your trade, but you're not angry with the market, you're angry with yourself. Okay, and this is the performance anxiety that a lot of traders go through. And this is something that a lot of performance and athletes go through as well, you know, and this is why also it's going to be so helpful during the trading TV to see how our traders, how Khaled, how Raja, how Uma are actually managing themselves, because it's not about not feeling the emotion, it's about feeling it but not acting on it, talking about it to actually be able to control your next step, your next behavior, to create that gap of control when you are not on autopilot, making snap decisions, and you actually think, do you know what? I am annoyed we missed this trade. I'm so annoyed we missed this trade, but that's fine. Next opportunity is going to show up. That's what it is about. And if you just joined this live trading psychology series, please go onto the YouTube channel of Tradin TV. We are launching Tradin TV by Funding Pips, and on July 15th, we are going to have our first live stream where Khaled, our CEO, is going to live trade with Raja Banks and Uma Punjabi as well. If you go to the link, team, send the link now in the comment section. If you go to the link to the YouTube of Tradin TV, subscribe, set a reminder, and comment in the comment section why you cannot wait for the Tradin TV to launch. That is going to give you a chance to win 250K Pro Challenge accounts. And we are going to announce on Tuesday during the first episode who are the winners, but you need to complete those 3 steps, okay? Next, what does actually happen when we are trading? So there is a trigger, right? And that trigger usually is due to a loss, due to missing the trade, due to overthinking things, due to closing it early, stop loss, etc., etc. That trigger then creates a thought. That's why limiting beliefs are so important. And I do believe we already did trading psychology series on limiting beliefs. If we didn't, we are going to do. But what it is about you creating certain thought. Now, okay, now I've lost the opportunity of the day. This trade would be it. How many of you put yourself under pressure thinking that if you are going to miss that trade, then that's it, you've missed your big opportunity? It's not that way. The big opportunity is just around the corner, over and over again. We were discussing it today, actually, when we were testing for the launch of Tradin TV. And there was Khaled there, our CEO, there was Samuel there, our strategist from marketing team, who's also a trader for well over 15 years. There was me there were other traders. And we were discussing how actually having certain limits within your trading or certain framework when you have to perform in a certain way, that actually sets you to create a lot of profits. I personally perform the best when I walk into the markets for a specific hour or 2 and I just execute my trade, come out. Now, I could take 2 to 3 losses sometimes before my trade goes into my profit, which is absolutely fine because I would enter on 1 minute time frame, but that's fine. I am used to it. This is something that is part of my strategy. And when I actually expose myself to just that limited time, set the alarm, then open the charts, prices at my level, I execute, allow for the price to play out. Those are my best trading days. Those are my best trading weeks, trading months. And then obviously there is sometimes overconfidence that kicks in and other things. We all still struggle with it, but this is where you need to understand what works, what doesn't work for you. And for me, less is more, because there is not as much trigger that I'm exposing myself to. I have then not triggering thoughts in my head that I've overexposed myself in the market. I stepped in, executed, lost or won that day, moved on the next day, moved on the next day, and the rest is going to take care of itself, because that's risk management. So then my emotions are more regulated because the trigger exposure is less. The intrusive thoughts are less, that, oh my God, I'm not over dramatizing thing, and the action is less. I'm actually not engaging in any type of self-destructive behavior that could have impact on me. But let's break it down how you may go through it when you are live trading in the markets. You may see the trigger, right? Price taps into your zone, supply or demand. It is a level that you have marked, you yourself. The setup is back tested. You actually have data on that setup. You journaled that setup, but now that setup is happening on your master account. You just received the details to your master account. What does first happen? Your emotion before logic, because you are like, oh my God, this could be it. This trade could make me my monthly salary. Oh my God. So you start thinking, what if it fails? What if it's a fake out? What if I lose my first trade on a master account? And you don't realize, but what you are doing, you are actually setting up all of those red lights in your brain. And suddenly, instead of thinking, this is my edge, this is going to play out, this is a perfect setup for my first trade on my master account, you start thinking in your brain, this is a trap. And then you start feeding yourself that false belief, which impacts your emotion, because you feed yourself, this might be a trap, this is going to be terrible if I'm going to lose my first trade on my master account. That's that feeding, that thought, negative emotion. That negative emotion feeds action. And what is the action? You don't execute. You don't execute, price moves in your direction directly. Then what do? Your first trade on your master account is a complete chaos because you are triggered. So this is why you really have to be aware of what is going on. Tell me, guys, if this is something that you have experienced before in markets, because I know for a fact I did a lot of times. A lot of times. Someone is asking, what's the best way to control greed? We actually have a whole series on greed. If you go into Funding Pips YouTube, to the Trading Psychology playlist, search the topic for greed, and you have a full hour where we talk about greed. And if you listen to it, it's going to help you majorly. So see, now our team has, again, by the way, shared the YouTube link to Tradin TV. Now, Tradin TV is going to be so helpful when it comes to planning, because I think in live trading, especially when you are a holder of a master account, you need to plan your trade and then you need to execute your plan. But sometimes people are perfect at planning. Traders are perfect at planning their trades, but not so perfect at execution and following through. So I would want you all to be there at Tradin TV launch on Tuesday, 15th of July, and see what it's like to be there, to observe other traders, because you will observe traders there who may have 10 years of experience, 15 years of experience, 5 years of experience, 2 years of experience. And that's the beauty of it. You will see the variety and you will be able to associate and see yourself in a lot of other people. Now, I can see a lot of questions about how to control greed, how to control this, how to control the emotion. Now, it's not about removing the emotion. It's about slowing your thoughts down. It's about control over your thoughts and reprogramming on how you respond to the situation. It's almost like if you had an argument with someone, so forget about trading, you're having an argument and you can either shout back or you can control yourself. It's pretty similar. You need to control yourself when it comes to the market. You can go wild and chase, or control yourself. Let the time go by, because then your emotion will change, the market setup will change, and there might be another opportunity. All you have to do is slow down, because I know for a fact a lot of you overtrade. But when you overtrade, who overtrades? Tell me, who's overtrading? Who's from the audience right now? Who's overtrading? So I know how many of you are actually struggling with this, with overtrading in particular. Who overtrades? I overtrade. Me. I can see a lot of me. Okay. Do you know what you actually do when you are overtrading? I'm going to tell you what you do when you are overtrading. You are chasing the action. You don't care about your trading edge, because overtrading happens in two scenarios: when you win and when you lose. It's no longer about the results when it comes to overtrading. It's about you chasing action. When you are chasing the action, what is actually happening? You are chasing the dopamine. You know, the dopamine feeling that we all get from scrolling on social media, from doing things we're not supposed to do. And then you are getting addicted to the feeling of being in a trade, that you only feel like a trader when you execute the trade. You don't identify yourself as a trader when you are not glued to the charts and keep on executing. And every candle feels like a potential entry and potential opportunity to change your life. That's a mistake. That's a psychology. It has nothing to do with the reality. That's not how opportunities in the markets work. And why do you usually overtrade? Because you are uncomfortable with the discomfort of not trading. Because you look at the market and you think, oh, look, it's gone up. Oh, there is so much volume. Oh, this could have been it. And you keep feeding yourself that it has nothing to do with the markets, nothing to do with anybody but yourself. You are punishing yourself through overtrading, through impatience. You think you're doing something good and giving yourself another opportunity, but actually you are jeopardizing your growth. You are seeking dopamine. And that is something that you need to fix. How can you fix that? You need to emotionally check in with yourself before you go into the markets in the morning, or whether that is New York session or whenever you are trading. Am I feeling all right? Am I feeling okay? Am I checking with yourself after you take a loss? Am I overtrading, or is this actually a good setup? You need to know those details and differences for yourself. What is actually happening here? Okay, I won this trade. I see another opportunity. Okay, I won 1 to 3, so I've got 3R. Am I okay to lose another R in a market if I'm going to enter that trade again? Now, if your answer is yes, I'm comfortable with that and I'm satisfied with 2R from the day to day, that's fine. But if you know that's going to trigger you, that loss of the next trade is going to trigger you, this is the problem. This is when you say, no, I can't handle it anymore. I'm happy with what I received. You need to have a cap for yourself and set yourself a max number of trades per day, per session. Not just losing trades, winning trades too. Because as I said, overtrading happens very often when we are winning as traders. Yes or no? Does that resonate with you guys? I'm pretty sure it does. Yes or no? Next one, hesitation and perfectionism. You wait for the perfect setup. Perfect setups don't exist. Yes, there is a repetition of patterns in the market, but you fear being wrong so much that you become a perfectionist, and then you will talk yourself out of every single setup, cause hesitation and uncertainty, and you are creating that uncertainty. For me personally, if the trade is near the level when I anticipate some type of reaction based on my data, based on understanding the assets that I am trading, I am not going to wait for perfect pattern. I'm going to enter the market based on the price and on the level. I'm going to increase my stop loss size. I'm going to wait of what is going to happen. The price will either hold or not. That's it. And it may turn around or it may not. It may continue or it may not. That's what it is about. And it's not about keep tweaking your entries, or maybe these entries are going to work better, maybe this, maybe that. No, you are over-analyzing, you are over-complicating things. The reality of trading is that if you make your trading simpler, things are going to go way better for you. Because I tell you one thing, there's two scenarios in the market, up or down. That's it. So how can you simplify your trading to yourself? By understanding the bias of the day and stop with the entries. Think about the bias. Are you buy bias today or sell bias on that asset today? Because that is 50% of the problem done. You are either right about the bias or you're wrong. If you're wrong, you will enter against the bias. You lost, that's your limit, move on. But if you go in with the bias, trade and capitalize on it. But it's 50-50 chance, up or down. Why are you overcomplicating it? Buying here, selling here, buying here, selling here. Just understand where the daily candle is going today. That is it. That is all you need to know. That is all you need to know. Because you fearing of losing is you are trying to avoid the regret in the markets. And there are no regrets, it's just what we need to do. We need to simplify the things for ourselves. Now, revenge trading. Similar to overtrading, but not. Revenge trading is usually triggered by stop losses, so that's for sure. Sometimes it's also triggered when you exit your trade too early and then you see price continuing in your direction. That can also trigger you, but very often it is due to the losses. And again, if you are revenge trading, you need to fix your ego. That's it. Not your trading plan, not your technical analysis. You need to fix yourself. You cannot want the justice in the markets after taking a loss. That doesn't make any sense. That's not how the markets work. You need logic in the markets, and you need to sometimes eat the losses. You eat the losses, you deserve the wins. But don't try to take the justice, because you stop seeing the market that way. And what do you usually do when you revenge trade? You lose, you do the double the size next time. You usually do 1%, so you do 2% per trade now, because you want to make it back. You enter both positions, or you enter bigger size, or you enter multiple positions, or you kind of go buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell. It's so bad, because that one event that may happen on one afternoon when you revenge trade, it may have a domino effect for the following weeks, because it will shake up your confidence. It will shake up your confidence because you'll be like, oh my God, look, I got myself into a deep drawdown. But the deep drawdown is not because of your technical analysis, it's because of your psychology. But then your brain is unable to recognize that. So then on your, what's supposed to be your good days, you will not be executing. And that will actually feed into your insecurity in the market. And then you'll be overanalyzing. And it's just this loop that you are going through. So this is how you need to have the loss limit rule, and you need to walk away. That's it. You take a loss or whatever triggers you, walk away. Do not enter the same setup twice. If you lost, you lost. Listen, I sometimes enter 4 times, but that's part of my strategy. I'm okay to deal with it. I'm okay to take loss, 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 and then I have a win, because that win is going to wipe my losses. And if I take too many losses, okay, I need to rethink. I know there are going to be other opportunities. I'm okay being in drawdown, and then I'm just going to come back, and that's absolutely fine. Because those emotions can really put us in that tunnel vision about a lot of things as traders. So it's our job to really take control of ourselves. No one can do it for us. I can't do it for you. That's for sure. But what you can do for yourself is to observe other traders and not compare, but to actually participate as if it's a live trading floor and see how to deal with those things. Because sometimes it's very helpful to observe other professionals at work, to inspire you, to motivate you, and to show you that it is possible, that it can be done. And that is the opportunity we are giving you through Tradin TV. If you just joined, or if you have not been here from the start, we're running a giveaway. I'm going to give out 2 50K challenges pro. Okay, the pro model. Now, what you have to do is go to Tradin TV YouTube. Now, we are launching Tradin TV, where our traders from Funding Pips will be trading every single day to show you the raw truth, the raw thought processes and psychology behind trading. Our first episode is going to be on Tuesday, 15th of July, and it's going to be hosted by Khaled Ayesh, our CEO, and his guests, Raja Banks, as well as Uma Punjabi. Then on the following days, there will be our Funding Pips traders from Success Stories, traders who are with us for years, traders who are affiliated with us. There will be live trading, discussing the charts, the psychology, executing, thinking about the charts, talking about the asset, what they might be struggling with, what they're not struggling with, and you will be able to watch them in action and get motivated and learn and see, okay, I never thought about charts this way. I never thought of motivating myself this way. I never thought of behaving this way. And this is a nice and fresh perspective for me to have. And this is the reason why we are launching Tradin TV this Tuesday. Follow the link now. It's in the comments of the YouTube. And go and do those 3 steps. Save for later, subscribe, and comment to tell us why you cannot wait for the Tradin TV to launch, and you'll get a chance to win 2 50K Pro challenges. Let's continue. Now, what we're going to continue with now is what happens in your brain. But with that you actually know, okay? But this is where, do you know what? I have a question for you guys before I talk further. What is your way of grounding yourself before you get on the chart? What do you actually, this is my genuine question. What do you guys actually do to control your emotions? Because if there is nothing, that's one of the biggest problems. If there is something, please share. Because it's so important to actually have methods in place to be able to manage your emotions, your thought processes, your responses. Are there any methods? Are you trying to do something? And I'm going to read out what traders are saying. Cold shower, 10 minutes meditation, listen to music. Okay, continue, guys. That's it. I play games to not keep up looking at the charts. Amazing. You know what? Keeping yourself away from the charts and not being triggered by the charts does not always have to be by reading a book and meditation. It can be just by playing games. And I used to do that when I first went full-time trading. I actually bought Nintendo Wii for Christmas, and then I was genuinely going and playing FIFA on it to distract myself whilst I was sitting in a trade. Because back then I was trading on 15 minutes time frame. So sometimes it took time for my trades to develop. So I was just there. I was like, okay, I need to play. And it actually worked amazing because I was so in that it worked pretty well for me. I can see more people saying cold shower, calm breathing for a minute, meditation, I can see again, walk, socialize. I love these. Those are all of the useful methods. And I'm going to tell you another thing. What's important is to do what works for you. Everybody has their way of living, their way of experiencing emotions, their way of dealing with their emotions. And all of those things are okay. You know, people will tell you that meditation works, etc. It does. Like there is science, neuroscience behind it. Cold showers work. There is science behind it too. A lot of things work, but you need to find what works best for you. Why I will also tell you, maybe some of you who follow me on Instagram as well, you will see that I go boxing. Boxing is amazing for me because it's literally me versus me. After all day, I'm tired, and it's me utilizing my muscles and my brain power to push through my stamina, my fitness, my strength when I'm tired to continue training. And that strengthens my mindset, my willpower, my logic by doing things that I need to do rather than I feel like doing. And that trains my brain also on the charts that I need to do things a certain way. All of those things work. Whatever works for you, stick to it. You can experiment about what works for you, what may not work for you, but then stick to your own thing. And I'm glad that there are techniques that you guys are using. Now, also, when you are trading, you should have a checklist, because sometimes it's so hard for us to hold all of the information here. And actually last week we talked about short-term memory, working memory, and long-term memory. Sometimes we forget things, and sometimes when things are not embedded in our long-term memory and then translated into working memory, and we are stressed, we can't access the right information. So if you can't access the right information, this is more of a reason when you should have a checklist. Is this setup valid? Is my bias confirmed for today? Have I defined my risk? What's my risk for the day? Are my emotions okay? Is this a valid entry? And that is going to help you to actually stay stable, because then you have literally a copy of a piece of paper in front of you saying, oh, look, there are more odds in line with my trading plan rather than against me. So this trade should actually technically work. Of course, it may not, even if I do everything right, but there are more odds for it than against. So I feel more comfortable to actually enter in this. And this is what is actually extremely, extremely important. And what separates the successful traders to those who burn out sometimes and leave trading? It's not the indicators, it's not the intelligence, it's not how advanced your technical analysis is. It's about how they manage themselves. That's where your trading success is at. It's not about advancement in technical analysis. It's not that you have a lot of fancy analysis or indicators on the charts. No, it's all about how you manage yourself as a person. How you manage yourself as a person when you are under pressure. That is one of the most, if not the most important things in everything in life. In trading, in private life, in relationships, in career, in everything. How do you act and how you manage your emotions when you are under pressure? That's one of the most important things. And, when you reach that master account level, or even when you buy a challenge, because that challenge account can get you to the master account and can change your life. You see in success stories every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Dubai time, and you see all of those traders gain 50,000 in rewards, 80,000 in rewards, 10,000 in rewards, all such significant amounts, and perhaps you feel different when you are trading challenges, when you trading the master accounts, and that's all right. That's good. That means you are aware that there is a difference in your approach, in your seriousness. And this is the version of you that you need to train, because perhaps you've already trained the previous version of you, okay? That was learning, that was doing things a certain way, or maybe that was trading smaller account sizes. But now you need to trade, you've stepped up, you are at another step on your trading career, and you've never been there before. So now you have to train this version of you, because in trading, the learning never stops. But the learning is not about the charts. The learning is about ourselves. The learning is about how we handle ourselves. And I want to remind you all, because now we are finishing the trading psychology session, but I want to remind you all that we're launching Tradin TV, where you see live trading sessions daily, starting on Tuesday, 15th July, with our CEO Halit, followed by Roger and Uma, and also fundingpips traders. And you will hear the real thought processes in real time. You'll see the real emotions, the real focus, the real pressure, the real decision. Because what's the best way to train is to see how the psychology of traders that you admire to play out in real time. So I would like you to invite to do is to take part in a giveaway of 50K challenges, and we are giving out 2 50K Pro challenges today. What you have to do is click the link to Tradin TV that the team is posting right now in YouTube comment section of the live. Go to the link, save for later or set a reminder, subscribe, and tell us in the comments under the video why you cannot wait for Tradin TV to launch. Tradin TV is going to be massive. I will be there myself. Our colleagues will be there. Our traders will be there. Our CEO will be there. I'm extremely excited for you to see how things actually play out in real life. And you know, it's not just going to be another chit chat. It's going to be a chat and chart. We are going to chat about life, about things, about being a trader, about what may be stopping us from growth. And we will be charting and we will be executing. And I cannot wait for that. Traders, thank you so much. We will announce the winners on the 15th of July during the first episode of Tradin TV. I'm going to remind you, go to Tradin TV link, subscribe, save for later, comment why you can't wait for it, and take a chance in getting a giveaway. And also, of course, please comment here and tell us why you like those trading psychology series, because, you know, we guys do it out of love because we are built by traders for traders, and we know what it's like, and I know what it's like, and I sometimes struggle as a trader. I know exactly what you are going through, and it is all about making that difference. Have a beautiful weekend. I will love you and leave you. Take care.
Where success meets psychology in Paulina's way. Strengthen your mindset every week. Success story every Wednesday. Traders who broke through their limits. Psychology session every Friday. Join now. Hit the bell. One session could change your trading forever. Funding Pips. Built by traders for traders.